So in 2004, you end up working with Brandy on the album Afrodisiac, right? And you co-produced the songs Where You Want to Be and Talk About Our Love with Kanye. That was another situation where you just got called in and you didn't know?
Look, man, I'm gonna tell you, you called the perfect song right here. So to Talk About Our Love record, love and hate with that record. Because after producing so many and co-producing so many records with Kanye, we're like, look, man, make us a part of your production team, not just the musicians. You know, so oh man, once I do this and I reach this, I'll be able to have the right budget for y'all and this. So this is our big shot. He has to go out of town, but he calls us for the Brandy record. He said, EP, his exact words, I'll never forget it. EP, you know what to do. So I'm like, cool, he got to leave that. Come on, guys, let's come in. Okay, I hear the sample. Let's give it a change. Let's go here. Let's take it to the floor. Let's do this. So we built the song, constructed it. Song is a hit. We proved it. We own Kanye. Kanye come back, listen to the song and say, thanks. And that's it. So no big production, you know what I mean? Just thanks. So we literally constructed that song 70%. He just put the sample on. We did everything else, but like that's my charger to the game scenario, to where it's like, the light comes on.
Right. So damn, that's like, okay, I guess I understand, like that's where you're like paying dues, but it's hard to not feel some type of way about that when you do.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I said the light came on. Like you can either, and this is something perfect for younger producers to learn from my mistake, because you can stay in something so long and never get elevated or rewarded, or you can say, you know what, it's time for me to get off this train. Especially while we have an amicable relationship. Like while it's still cool, like I rather just start phasing into my own lane as opposed to writing your success. Especially, I was foolish enough to believe, and I say that, sarcastically, that I'm just as valuable as you. I play keys and produce. You're calling me to produce. So I was willing to bet on myself and walk away from that situation shortly after.
So, a lot of times in the industry, like this is a perfect example where you talk about beat making versus producing, right? Like somebody makes the beat and then the other person has like the vision to see the entire record through. What is your thoughts about that? Because, like people like even Dre gets criticized for this. Like people will say things like, oh, you don't make all the beats or whatnot or whatever, you know what I mean? But then like he has the vision of like seeing it all come together or being like the maestro of the orchestra. How do you feel about that?
I feel two ways about that. I feel like if you're a visionary, producing something just means, are you able to finish something? Just because you start a beat don't mean that you're a producer. Did you produce something? Did you make something come to life? It's one thing to have all the instruments. You could say, okay, I hear this musician on here. I hear something that you don't hear and I'm able to put stuff together. That's very valuable. Creating something from A to Z is producing. Anything in the middle is I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's both ways. Like I used to think I had to do everything to produce it, but now it's so much more. Like Quincy Jones didn't play a lot of stuff, but he knew the right tools to put together. So you can't negate the fact that plays a very big part in the success of records and chemistry and everything. And longevity comes from seeing things different, because this business is ever changing, that you had to create something different in order for it to stand the test of time.
Do you feel like what Kanye was doing at that time was in that vein of like being the visionary of it all? Or do you think that he took too much of the credit and should have gave you guys more?
Well, I think, of course, personally, I think he should have gave us more, but I understand. I just understand the game. You know what I mean? Now, Kanye West is brilliant when it comes to samples.
Mhm.
Hands down, the most creative person I've ever seen. He'll pull something out of a song that you would never think in the production, but at the same time, it takes musicians to put that together, especially the production back then. Now it's a lot more simplified. So it's not so much now, but then um, if you're gonna go to the bridge on a sample, it takes musicians.